not too long ago, I set fire to my oven, grilling tacos. Not a pretty sight, hung up on 999. The fireman did eventually come. Firemen. And yeah, I haven't really been up for the cooking since, so this is some good practice.
One of the things I've been missing most during quarantine is going to Costa with my friends before rehearsals on Fridays. So I decided to bring Costa to my own home. I baked a Swedish sugar cake using a family recipe, and then I also made a whipped coffee in my blender, and I ate them in my garden as if I was at Costa, just without my friends.
Let's talk about mushrooms. Now, as a vegetarian, I guess it's kind of obligatory. You're obliged to enjoy mushrooms. They're like a good source of protein, you know. But I don't know. It's not really a thing I tend to fancy.
I'm making a stir fry. Not only is it one of my favourite foods, but it has a special place in my heart. My granddad used to make it all the time with things that he would find in the fridge.
I'll do garlic while here. Is this another peely, is it a vegetable? Yes, a vegetable.
Boiled eggs remind me of my dad.
So, I decided to make some pasties. I love pasties because they are very tasty, and there's a lot of pasty shops around where I live. As you can see, my family kind of helped me a bit because I cannot cook for the life of me. But I do love pasties, and with their help, I made some alright ones. My favourite memory of having pasties is getting one after work and maybe some grape Fanta, going up to the shop and driving home eating the pasty for lunch. It was very, very, very nice. The finished result was pretty good. We had them for dinner. It was quite lovely. And yeah, those are the pasties right there.
That ginger makes such a nice sound.
Today, I'm making sweet chilli chicken inspired by my job at the Jube in Woolacombe. I decided to make this because I haven't been able to have it, as I only ever get it at work, and that has been shut due to the coronavirus. I was excited to make this. It'll be interesting to see how it tastes, and see if it is as good as the one down in Woolacombe.
Leaf of the field, delicate with a mild flavour.
So I chopped the garlic finely and added water and salt to a pan and brought that to the boil. I added olive oil to a pan on a very low heat and added the garlic to that. Then I put the pasta in the water to boil and cook. Then I added seafood into the pan and then tried the pasta to make sure it was cooked. It was, and so I drained it and stirred the seafood to make sure that it didn't burn or go horrible. Then I added the pasta to the mix, and so I could stir all the seafood in before I added the Philadelphia. I ended up adding 2 packets of Philadelphia. I had to add another half packet later on as there wasn't enough, and so I used 2 packets of Philadelphia, melted that, stirred it in so it was all covering it, and it makes a nice creamy sauce to go with it. Served that up for my whole family. I made this on holiday in Mallorca, and we've all fallen in love with it ever since.
One sob in, and we have got ourselves some onion cut up. So, job 1 done. What's next, Gracie?
Right lads, bit of my stir fry. My methods are way out of whack. You could not learn how to cook from me. That would be a disaster. Alright, we're whacking the heat up. That is hot walk. Hey. We are going to garlic and ginger. Ah! It's really hot, it's spicy. It's burning, it's burning. Ah! I'm not a professional chef. Right, so the garlic has already turned black. Oh no, it's all burning. Oh no, what is going on? Right, ah! Sweet corn. Ah! We put some of these carrots in there. Ah! All the garlic and ginger has gone black. Oh, it's really steamy. Chicken. Ah! It's all good. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Don't think this is normal. This is very normal. My chaotic kitchen. Right. Ah! That is smelling burnt. Ah! Making right the sun with eyes are burning in my life. It's making a very violent noise. Right. This place is hot. Really loud pan. We're gonna whack into these things. I have been informed they're called Monge too. It's so hot in the bar. We'll do mass clean up afterwards. This is normal. What are you doing? Oh my god, the pan's already full and I've not even put the noodles in yet. Gosh, Jesus, so we're gonna whack in some stock. Whack in the noodles. They're going everywhere. Whack in the noodles. The hot stuff, scary. Oh, why has this failed miserably? There is stuff coming out of the pan, left, right, centre. My chicken is not cooked. It's hot. I don't really know measurement. We're gonna work. It looks like soup. Got noodles on my feet. Hot. I feel like this is really bad. It's really liquid. So now it's boiling. Come. Right, you know what? I'm gonna give up on this. Serve up some plates. What? No, that's not okay. No, we're gonna serve some up. Right, I'm gonna be less aggressive, I promise. Right, so enjoy my lovely food. There you go. Thank you for watching me make my lockdown. My lockdown stir fry.
I'm making a pizza because it's relatively easy to make and the end product always tastes good. You can make your own variations and there's just so much freedom to experiment. Once me and my family all worked together to make one big pizza. It had to be split in half because it wouldn't fit in the oven. One of the best I've ever had. In my opinion, homemade meals are always the best. It's that feeling afterwards when you think, wow, I did that. Crazy, right? Making this was just so much fun because I love cooking. I also love eating what I've cooked, so it's a win-win situation really. If you ever need a meal plan, pizza's the way to go. I mean, who says quarantine has to be boring? Just make a pizza. Appreciate with me how amazing that looks. I just might be tearing up a little bit. Anyway, I have a little challenge for you guys. Make your own quarantine pizza. Alright. Have fun with that, guys. Okay, this one's coming to you.
For my pizza, I decided to use chocolate spread and marshmallows, and overall it was a really nice pizza even though it wasn't a normal one.
My favourite pizza topping of all time has to be the ham and pineapple pizzas. But, of course, being on lockdown, well that means the pineapple's not going to be on the shelves. However, I did have a thought that, well, can't any fruit just be the same? If that is true, then surely satsumas are going to be okay. Well, let's have a go. Nothing can go wrong. Right?
So I'm just going to roll it out, make it into a little circle. I do not have any tomatoes to do on the base, and so I'm going to have to use some yogurt. So I've also had to use some frozen flour, so that might go a little bit wrong. And so I'm going to add some yogurt instead of tomatoes, as I said. That should be enough. I don't have a spoon, so let's just use my finger. There we go. Should be good. Then I'm going to add some apples because I don't have anything else in my house, to be honest, at the minute. Then I'm going to add some raisins because I love baked apples, so
this is practically the same thing. And I also don't have any cheese, which is making me very sad. And so I'm going to add some chocolate sprinkles instead to use some of those. And some of those. There we go. I'm going to shove that in the oven. And this is my finished pizza.
Anyone want any pizza?
You gotta be joking, aren't you?
I'm making a bit of bowl for my meal, and here I'm just getting the rice into the pan and boiling the water, which I'm going to pour in. I'm now going to cut up the carrots and the onions. And I'm making a bit of bowl because my mum's actually a vegan and she taught me how to do it. And it's really good for vegans because it has a grain, and a protein in. So it has like everything you'll need for a meal. Here I'm putting the cut up vegetables into a pan to go into the oven. I'm putting some oil on and then some salt and pepper. It's really nice because my mum's taught me how to do this and now I can do it wherever I want. And now for the green part of the meal, I'm going to cut up a cucumber. I'm going to give that some salt because that brings out the flavour in it. Here for the rest of the green, I'm cutting some homegrown salad, and there's the roasties in the oven. That's how your rice should look. Now for the protein, I'm putting some beans and chickpeas in a pan to boil, sorting the salad and the rice into the servings, and then my dad's holding the roasted vegetables there. And here's the finished product.